Okay. How many of you know of some kind of trend or bandwagon that you don't understand? And how many of you ever questioned some daily habit you have, like shaving or styling your hair or getting dressed nicely every day? So why do we do these things if they're such a pain? Today we're going to explore the contradiction between beauty standards and marketing, the effect that relationship has on us, and why we get involved in these things in the first place. In starting out my project, my first question that came to mind was, how do beauty standards affect marketing? I've always been curious about how trends get so popular, even though they can be really clever or really dumb. Now that we're in 2018, one would think that we're completely accepting physical and cultural diversity, and while we've improved a lot in comparison to the past decades, we still have a lot of room for improvement. Here's what I mean. Okay. On the left are ads from several different brands that are promoting hair products. As you can see, all these women have long, wavy, and shiny hair. On the right, you can see all these people have a variety of different hairstyles, while these women have relatively the same kind of hair. Now, all of these students on the right are students from JA, so they're young people who are starting to learn about the world. So what message are these brands and ads promoting to these young people? It's like they're implying what hair and beauty should look like on us. And because all of these people have different types of hair, as do we, it's not exactly easy for everyone to achieve the same result. So the average American woman of any race exposes herself to, starting at 168 chemicals daily. Before I get into that, though, imagine this. Say you and the person on either side of you go to the barber or the hair salon with the same exact hairstyle in mind. Now, most likely you'll be spending a different amount of time, a different amount of money, and a different amount of damage on your hair as those people next to you. Now, there's nothing wrong with a person's features, their culture, or the decisions they make on their body, but brands should be more sensitive to cultural diversity as well as the needs of every person. And this goes the same for at-home products and clothing. Some people will have to buy more and expose themselves to harsh chemicals that could potentially cause serious medical conditions, more than others, just to achieve the same result. And what's more, companies don't even need to register their products with the Food and Drug Administration before bringing their products to stores. And there's also nothing wrong about how a certain style looks or if you like it, but when commercials are promoting one look to all women, they're not being realistic and honest to everyone. And this doesn't only apply to women. There are several car commercials, as you might have noticed, with male celebrities featured on them. Now, of course, cars aren't a beauty standard, but the people in it are. It's like saying, guys, if you buy this car, you'll be as awesome as John Cena. Now, when people see their idols promote these products, they then proceed to buy them in hopes to achieve some level equivalent to their idol. Now, how many of you know about the Kylie Lip Challenge? When Kylie Jenner got lip fillers in 2015, as recorded by the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, the demand for lip fillers soared in that year and the next. And when young people weren't able to access these lip fillers, they resorted to this viral trend. They used plastic bottles or small cups to draw the fluid from their face towards their lips, which would swell them up. Now, sometimes this would be a temporary and effective solution, but other times, as you can see, it would be painful and would be detrimental to their features. And I know these all they might look funny or they might look painful, but the fact is that all of this came from when a lot of people wanted to have the same lips as one person. And these photos aren't even the worst of them. How many of you are familiar with waist trainers? These modern-day corsets are supposed to give you a gradually smaller waist, which some might find look great. But what doesn't look as great is what it looks like on the inside. So why do we do it? Why do we sacrifice our health for beauty? Why do commercials and ads have such a strong influence on our own decisions? So I did more research on why people, humans just like us, have so much influence on our own decisions. So I looked into the more psychological aspect of all of this. An excerpt from the Behavioral Economics Guide says that unconscious thinking can lead to conscious actions, where we choose to imitate either because we're uncertain about the best course of action or because we want to fit in. So we hope that by using the same product, we can feel better about ourselves and feel equivalent to some celebrity or idol that we look up to. Motivational speaker Tom Ferry said, "The addiction to what other people think has another significant impact. It represses us, which in turn keeps us in a sort of purgatory." As you can see, in my journey to understand the connection between beauty standards and marketing, I found that a lot of help comes from the people we idolize and envy. The world has evolved a lot in being more inclusive in terms of appearance, such as more size ranges in clothing and larger ranges of skin tone and makeup, but there's still very big influencers who are there telling us how to be and look like them. There's still schools to this day who don't let black students wear their hair in braids, but let them wear straight hair, and skin bleaching creams that are linked to cancer, even though cultures still encourage skin lightening. There's nothing wrong at all about following trends because they sort of tie us into a community. But as individuals, we should ask ourselves whether or not it's worth it to change ourselves just because of what others tell us. Thank you.